My brothers, my sisters, the most important book since before Sun and Moon has just dropped. It's called The Hymns of the Far North, and in it's simply a list of prayers the Frost Moon Scions used to sing to the outer beings of Teyvat, prayers to the original moon goddess Hurekutar, prayers to the Seelie ancestor and their lover, prayers to 3 of the 4 shades, prayers to the 3rd descender who's now possibly named, prayers to that bastard correct head dragon King Nibelung. Most importantly, prayers to the primordial one, a progenitor god, hail from beyond the stars! Now, from that opening, you might have caught on to 2 things. I said only 3 of the 4 shades had prayers, and I said that there was a prayer to the 3rd descender. With regards to the former, there's a prayer to each individual shade, except for Asmodee, our beloved sustainer of heavenly principles, whose prayer is labeled as missing. And as for the prayer to the seeming 3rd descender, folks, there's a story within the book about a being who was carved into 7 pieces by the heavenly principles. Sound familiar? This seems to be all but a confirmation that this being is the 3rd descender and not Nibelung. The amount of flack, the amount of criticism I have faced for years, refusing to kneel and bow before the argument that Nibelung was the 3rd descender. How many years? Still, I shan't get overly excited. It's not confirmed yet, so, let me get off my high horse. In any case, such a book mustn't go unread by the masses, so that's why I'm here. But I want to add, all the characters in the book have, different names, so while I read the prayer, I'll throw in the top right corner who the prayer is about. Now, with that said, my friends, grab a drink, grab a snack, open up the second monitor, and explore, nod, cry, because it's story time!
I'm not sexist. Being sexist is wrong. Yeah. And being wrong is for women.
Prayer Song 1, Pete's Kamunin, Lord of the 7 Calamities. O Supreme Lord of the Sky, merciless and indomitable, Father of all and Mother of the gods, we offer these sacrifices to appease your jealousy, lest your wrath blaze against the earth. O capricious winged one, fierce king who lays waste to nations, God of the unyielding hearts, O God of gender unknowable, we plead that you turn from the mortal realm and the children of the furthest north. You have shattered the order of the old laws and offered shelter to mortals, and yet blank them. You have shaken the ancient dwellings of the Eternals, blanked their wings, and laid waste to their blank. You are the God of retribution, the vengeful deity. Your will is absolute beneath the moon, never to be disobeyed. In heaven and on earth your blade blank, drinking dry the blank of the wicked and the innocent. O blank and blank king, before you the gods are as mere mortals, and mortals not more than insects. No one dares speak your name, for you shall blank all who know it. But O pure and wrathful God, we humbly ask you to accept this offering. May the frost moon shield us from the calamities you bring, and spare us from the fates of eternal suffering. Note from Priestess Ehrenruth. This ritual was abolished 5 centuries ago by decree of Alia Stupid Bitch, the first moon chanter. It is notable that the prayer's obscure portions were not deliberately redacted. If the relevant records are to be believed, instead the archpriestess was to chant in an indistinct manner to avoid provoking the god of the 7 calamities. Prayer Song 2, Mad Therharktha, Mother of Life. Hear me, O noble Mad Carhartha, Mother of gods and mortals. From Hyperborea to Salvananir, your compassion is revered by all. You watch over young women, easing their suffering and granting safe passage through childbirth. You rejoice in fecundity, give life to the sublunary sphere, nurture all that grows in nature. You, mother of waters, who birthed the heart for the roaring primordial ocean. All the birds, beasts, and fish in this world are yours, for you are the one who brought them into being. By your divine will, you shape mortal flesh as a potter shapes clay. Therefore, I pray you, bless this newborn child with health, courage, and wisdom. Note from Priestess Arntruth. This ritual was abolished 5 centuries ago by decree Alia, stupid bitch, the first moon chanter. In its place, one who is ranked assistant priestess or higher is to recite, quote, "May the new moon illuminate your path instead." This is meant to invoke protection for the child from the taint of the sublunary sphere. Prayer Song 3, Tuanatar, Mother of the Underworld. O mistress of the dead, slow to be moved and without expression, O shadowy lady of the underworld, somber, taciturn, fearsome Tuanatar, you abhor the arrogant and the disrespectful, and from your grasp there is no escape. Your feet have trod both the humble hut and the gilded throne. The people fear you, for you see all, hear all, and judge all. We revere you for your boundless grace and all-embracing nature. The fate of all living beings rests solely in your hands, and you remain unmoved no matter how fervent the plea. Yet noble and majestic goddess, we know that gentleness and mercy are your first nature. Just as you granted our ancestors liberation from suffering and extended it not, O mistress of death, you who know the fates of all under the moon, accept our humble offering. The descendants of the far north beseech you, now that the golden bloodline has returned to your bosom, that you lead us across the nether's dark stream, and let us sleep eternal in a dreamless dream. Note from Priestess Arntruth. This ritual was abolished by decree of Alia, stupid bitch, the first moon chanter 5 centuries ago. Now when a herent of the frost moon dies, regardless of social status, an assistant priestess or someone of higher rank is to recite instead, "May the new moon lead you to the shore of peace." A simple and solemn funeral is then conducted. Prayer Song 4, Limelia, Mother of Time. O pure and eternal Mother of Time, sovereign who is never born and who shall never die, you create all and destroy all. You remember all and allow them to be forgotten. You who in the moment of your birth also gave birth to yourself, O Supreme Mother, you are the one stillness within the endless flow, the one outsider in the sacred courtyard of the gods. May you protect the 4 imprisoned moons. You are the one outsider in the sacred courtyards of the gods, the one stillness within the endless flow. O Supreme Mother, who in the moment of your own birth also gave birth to yourself, you remember all and allow them to be forgotten. You create all and destroy all. O sovereign who shall never die and who was never born, pure and eternal Mother of Time. Note from Priestess Arntruth. The meaning of this prayer remains obscure, and the ritual described herein contradicts established historical records. The verdant crest, the divine tree that appeared at the birth of the Moon Maiden 5 centuries ago, should not feature in any accounts of rituals predating that event, as no other known texts reference these rites. This is presumed to be a scribal error. Nevertheless, this passage has been preserved unaltered for the sake of textual fidelity. Prayer Song 5, Missing. Prayer Song 6, Takahoa Inyankion, the primeval blacksmith. O great father of Genesis, forger of the earth's bones and the tripled moons, let your wrath right that askew throne so that the beauty may submit. On the first day you forged a golden bow with lunar gleam, a weapon meant to strike down your foes. Yet while you hunted, your bow was stolen, and now your enemy brandishes it as their own. On the second day you forged a great chariot, its moonlit glimmer meant to guard your home. Yet while you hunted, your wain was purloined, and your enemy claimed it as their own. On the third day you forged a shuttle of moonlight, your heart set on the daughter of the stars. stars, yet in your recklessness you wandered into a fog-drenched swamp, and the forge of light was quenched. You are the king spoken of yet unspeakable, O bloodthirsty murderous blacksmith. You are the master of misfortune, the lord of all evil, obsessed with the unjust deaths of the innocent and the ruinous fires of war. O terrible and mighty eternal workman, lord of two natures, so strong hail the heroic as the gods themselves. Even the stars look upon you in awe. O indestructible lord, please quiet this earth-shaking wrath. Lift the torment that occupies my heart, and cast out this pitch-black disaster. Note from the priestess Arentruth. This is an ancient form of the prayer once used to quell the fury of nature. Though records whisper of a lost variant, its final 4 lines meant to summon, rather than quell, natural disasters. It vanished from memory long before the birth of the Moon Maiden for reasons unknown. The Moon Chanter Alia, first to hold the title, later revised and simplified this prayer. Her version, presented below, is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. O pale frost moon, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I beseech you to appease this earth-shaking wrath. May your gentle light soothe the lingering pain that occupies our hearts, and cast out that pitch-black disaster. Prayer Song 11, the goddess of the dawn star and apostle of the far north, Koitar and Sudervoinen. I call upon Koitar, wife of Sudervoinen and first fairest daughter of the Creator God. O generous maiden and bright morning star, your deeds are forever praised in music by the descendants of the far north. The cold wind of night cannot extinguish the silver flame within our chests, nor can its perilous darkness corrupt our hearts. One day, we shall return home, through the wild grasses of the lonely graveyards to the majestic golden city. I call upon you, Koitar, truly blessed, to cast your favor upon our conquests, even as you once subdued all nations with your might. I call upon you to shake the earth, to make the cities tremble, and to let the enemies of the far north vanish like dew beneath the frost moon. Note from Priestess Arentruth, this prayer is an older form, preserved from a time long past. It was later significantly revised by Alia, the first moon chanter. The following text is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. The icy winds cannot extinguish the silver flame within our chests, nor shall the evil nights corrupt our hearts. O pale white frost moon, protect the descendants of the far north, and let the pitch-black disasters of the cold night melt away like the morning dew. Prayer Song 16, Sauralainen, the stranger of winter's day. Oh, let not the death pangs you suffered pass into me, lover of frost and winter, you cheerful, fair, kind-hearted lad, noble-born and nobly raised, a gentle and valiant son. Upon the starry steed you rode across the forsaken isle of Hisi and the dark mist-shrouded lands of Pahola, there to court the daughter of Pakaisuko, that peerless beauty at her home. Then old Pakaisuko, servant of our forebears, answered thus, he will grant the young lady's hand in marriage if you should open for him the gates of Pahola. Cheerful, fair, kind-hearted one, you knew well that wicked scheme, yet you went forth freely, for were you not to go, old Pakaisuko would have his gullible daughter suffer the punishment instead. In dark and foggy Pahola, the lord of the 7 calamities carved you into 7 pieces, and that young and pure girl, the daughter of Pakaisuko, shall never again be wed. O lost hero, I call upon you by your unspeakable name, you the healer of the world's sorrows and misfortunes, and may your grace still the wild winds of the frigid night and bring warmth to the young birds huddled on the frozen earth. Note from the Priestess Arentruth, this is an old version of a prayer for wound healing and curing of disease that was later revised and simplified by the first moon chanter Alia. The following text is now recognized as a standard for all recitations. O lost child, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I pray for the blessing of light. May the frost moon's grace still the wild winds of the cold night and bring warmth to the young birds huddled on the frozen earth. Prayer Song 21, Hure Kutar, Goddess of the Frost Moon. O Hure Kutar, Mother of Holy Light, pray hear my pleas and cast your gaze from on high. May your silent tears pierce the cold night, light a silver torch that never fades, and grant the people of the far north a guiding light. O Hure Kutar, mother of the silver shuttle, hearken to my prayer and clothe the heavens in gentle veils. May your spun silver thread lead lost souls from the underworld's filth, that they may not lose their way in the cold night. O Hure Kuthar, wherever you lead, we shall follow, and your will shall be our law. Better that the cold nights of death blind our sights, than that we sing in shame beneath a false light. Notes from the priestess Arentruth. This is an older, unedited version of the prayer. It was originally brief, as the only matters too sacred to be spoken of at length were the chief god who protected our ancestors and the origin, past, and future of the moons. The first moon chanter Alia later revised and simplified the prayer's content. The following text is now recognized as the standard for all recitations. O pale white frost moon, in the name of the descendants of the far north, I beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above. May your gentle tears pierce the frigid night and grant us, the forsaken and forgotten, your guiding light. Prayer Song 22, Kutar, the Moon Maiden. O pure and flawless new moon, in the name of the messenger of the frost moon, I beg for your grace and mercy. Cleanse us of our sins, I pray, and wipe away the endless pains and tears of those forever barred from Elysium. Ah, what a book. Now, the biggest talking point I see regarding this text is who is Pakaisuko. Some think he's the Bel Yisar, which could make his daughter, who is supposed to be the lover of Saralainen, the Tsaritsa. I think part of the reason people say this is because it said some shit like the lover of something like winners, and I should probably pull it up. It says, quote, "Oh, let not the death pangs you suffered pass into me, lover of frost and winter." And I guess the Tsaritsa is meant to be frost and winter in this sense? I mean, look, I'm not sure. To be fair, I've been, disconnected for about a month now, so, I'm still catching up. But, I mean, do we have any information that suggests the Bel Yisar is the father of the Tsaritsa? I don't think we do. I mean, I guess this would give the Tsaritsa a motive for wanting to overturn the rule of the heavenly principles, though, They killed my lover, and now I want to rebuild my lover, bring together the pieces of the corpse, which is exactly what, Rarir of Salnari Rerir is trying to do in the story. What he tried to do was collect his different scattered parts of his corpse and join them together. So I guess there's some precedence for it, but I'm still on the fence about it. Another thing I wanted to draw attention to actually has to do with the prayer about the heavenly principles. There's a verse, or I guess a line in there, that speaks about the punishment of eternal suffering. Quote, "May the frost moon shield us from the calamities you bring, and spare us the fate of eternal suffering." Eternal suffering? This prayer was around long before the Curse of Immortality debuted after the Cataclysm 500 years ago. However, the Curse of the Wilderness, as we know, existed long before the Cataclysm, and it itself is a form of eternal suffering, as Hilly-Churls, well, they aren't immortal, but they do live really, really long. I mean, hell, we just saw Deirdre. She's been a Hilly-Churl for 500 years at this point, so, long time. This line it makes me wonder if the Curse of the Wilderness does in fact, come from the Lord of the Seven Calamities, which I was hesitant to attribute to it before, but now it's looking pretty likely. Now, on to the biggest thing about this text. The most disturbing thing about this text was the fact that Asmodee, our beloved sustainer of heavenly principles, her prayer was missing with no explanation whatsoever. The prayers in this book are old, as the ones written about the Shades said they were all discontinued centuries ago. But again, why is the one about Asmodee missing? One thing I've always found odd about our beloved sustainer of heavenly principles is the fact that unlike every other Shade, Asmodee has never been brought up and has never once appeared in any of the in-game lore as either Asmodee or the Shade of Void, only as the unknown god. Hell, even our sibling, who was the Princess of Conria, questioned who Asmodee was when she saw them. Surely, she should have known about the identity of the Shade of Void. The only time Asmodee has ever been brought up is by the outer beings, the other shades. Venti has name-dropped Isteroth. Albedo has name-dropped Naberius. Half the fuckers in Notland know who Renova is at this fucking point. The bitch has done a shit job at keeping her identity a secret.
The power that the Pyro Archon used to strike back at the Abyss came from the Ruler of Death.
It's a power that Xbalanque gained from Renova.
According to the Lord of the Night, the Ruler of Death is one of the Shining Shades.
Yet when it comes to Asmodee, be it written or spoken, nothing. The only time she's been brought up is by the other shades. It's almost like, to the people of Teyvat, Asmodee doesn't exist. Like, she's been written out of the story of the world. Folks, we need to desperately start considering the possibility that one way or another, Irminsul has struck again.